Right over this hill is Linwood Cemetery, in desperate need of some cleanup. But underneath here is a nearly 200-year-old beer cave from one of Macon's first breweries, something that has a lot of people interested in this area. These new cameras roll anytime the buses are on and running, so that when these stop signs come out, they can track any car passing illegally. There's no set standard for store security cameras, and that's a big deal. Because when somebody walks in the door and looks up, this is what investigators are going to see. And if it's worse quality than this one, it makes it a lot harder to catch the criminal. Here at Butler Nissan on Riverside Drive, they value this property at just about $4.2 million. But the Macon-Bibb County Board of Tax Assessors says it should be more like $5.1 million. Many high schoolers have iPhones, and if they have the new iOS 11 update, when they get in the car, there's a new feature that might help. It's called Do Not Disturb While Driving. When turned on, it can tell when you're driving and hold that notification of a new text or Snapchat. Since the theater was saved from destruction in the 90s, thousands of people have watched musicals and plays here as it's been used as a performing arts center. But starting next month, you could be watching new release movies from all the way back here, where a home has lost its roof during what the National Weather Service is calling a possible tornado at this time. Thankfully, there are no injuries reported, but a couple was inside the home at the time that this storm system struck. Yeah, Katie, this is a very developing scene right now, but we know that someone has been shot here at the Hot Wings on Pionona. You can see a lot of the police activity from the medical car over there. They drive by every day, not knowing that just up the hill lies Charles Douglas, builder of Douglas Theater in downtown Macon. Or Jefferson Long, the first black man elected to Congress. Yolanda Lattimore knows. Her family is buried here. She will be buried here. She wants the cemetery cleaned up, but
I worry that it may not get done in my lifetime. I really do.
Linwood Cemetery is overgrown, some tombstones forgotten. Established in 1894, the mostly black cemetery is worn down, nature taking over.
But I feel sad because this is our history, you know, more than anything. It motivates us to want to learn when we know we've made all types of contributions to society from a local to a global level.
I-75 traffic can be heard from the cemetery at all hours. And if there's one pro for the I-75 expansion currently underway, it's that it's bringing more attention to another historic landmark. Right over this hill is Linwood Cemetery, in desperate need of some cleanup. But underneath here is a nearly 200-year-old beer cave from one of Macon's first breweries, something that has a lot of people interested in this area. Some hope preserving this cave could convince others to help save the cemetery.
But also brings greater attention to our need to preserve spaces like Linwood Cemetery, where we have some of the most significant Maconites in our history.
For Lattimore, she's working to improve this place before she joins her family. In Macon, Evan Watson, WGXA News.
I feel like he ought to be, you know, right out there, you know, getting in his car or something like that.
Father God, I ask you to give the family peace, Father God.
I read out, I'm so discouraged and I'm sad. I didn't want this outcome to come.
Father God, we're asking the people to come here and help us, Father God.
It ain't really hit me yet, you know, just shocked somebody would do this to my dad, because he was a good person.
After nearly a month of searching, Emmanuel Stroud's family now knows someone shot him to death.
I wanted closure, but not like this, Lord Jesus. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
His mother, Carrie, remembers the last thing he said to her before leaving the house.
You washed the roast and the turnips? I said, yeah. He said, I got them down low. And then I turned around, he was gone.
Stroud's daughter, Amancia, smiles when she thinks of his sense of humor.
He would be funny, cracking jokes, little lame jokes that I thought was so lame, but they was funny to him because he used to always laugh at his own jokes. So.
Now his family just wants an arrest.
Father God, we need some kind of justice, Father God.
Find justice I'm looking for justice, Lord.
Father God, that I ask in your words in your name, I pray. Amen and amen.
Get a clean head and get your hair done makes you feel better when the power's out.
Wednesday's conversation at the salon, school's out till Monday.
I'm glad that it's out. No power. I know my kids are for sure.
But a whole week off for weather? Can you remember a time?
Never. Can you, Shayna? I think it's just kind of a freak of nature thing.
With the power still out at their home, they're finding a way to get by without their family essentials.
The TV, so the kids can play PlayStation and watch some TV so they don't drive us insane.
Meanwhile, at Jones County High School, it's too quiet for a Wednesday afternoon. But not over at the football field. The team practiced Wednesday, giving a lot of the guys something to do.
If we're out of school, it's usually a break or nothing. We've never experienced nothing like this.
Junior Cameron Rockmore says he feels a little bittersweet about the week off.
I actually wanted to go because I got a lot of grades I got to keep up. I know I'm going to have a lot of schoolwork when I get back.
But for the other guys?
Oh, they was happy, you know what I'm saying? They glad.
While Jennifer McKay's children are getting antsy.
They're getting bored, though. They're ready to go back to school.